Map number 1 of qualifier number 4, Dragonshire. So we're starting with the best of 1 again, as usual. In the qualifiers, we always start with best of 1s in the early rounds, and then head into best of 3s when we're hitting the semifinals and the grand final. Of course, once we're hitting the playoffs, we're going into best of 5s, and also going to run a double elimination system. But now we're in qualifier number 4 for the X Cup Winter. And we're going to follow the Hardos today. So in the first round, we have them going up against the Primates. And if they make it to the second round of the tournament, whichever one of these two teams wins, the opponent will be Team Ash, who are currently in the second position in the standings. Now again, keep in mind, you don't have to participate in all of the qualifiers. A lot of the teams decide that they, for example, only play on the weekend, or they play during the week, so that plays a bit on the role of who makes it how far in the rankings, obviously. But Team Ash had a very good start into the season now, and the Hardos are going to try to establish themselves a little bit farther up in the standings, since the top 4 will be able to choose their opponents for the playoffs. So you get a big advantage if you're making it into the top 4 out of the top 8. Dragonshire, well, the king of Dragonshire gets banned. Rexar's not going to make it onto the map. We have also the immediately targeting of Maiev and Junkrat. So no red for this one. Now, if you're looking over to the Primates and you're realizing that Hat is playing there and also Fish, and you're a bit confused because they're usually playing for Ending for Ruby, as I explained in some of the other qualifiers, Ending for Ruby is not playing this season. Some of the players just can't play enough, they don't have enough time in January, so they decided to just form some other teams and play with them, but Ending for Ruby still exists. But the players that had the time still wanted to play. So that's why we're now having the pre-made Primates here with Fish and with Hat. Jojo as an early pick. Again, she's rising in priority for the players more and more. She's been a real solid pick for the last 2 years, but lately she's been picked a lot more. And interestingly enough, we don't have Stukov taken yet. So we got Rhaegar and Hogger. You can always still take Stukov if you want to, but even if you don't, I mean, with Rhaegar already being picked, you know what the Hardos are going to do. So Stukov has kind of fallen, at least in this particular match, a little bit in his priority. Dragonshire is also... It's kind of interesting. Dragonshire is actually getting picked more lately, which I really like a lot. So it's kind of cool to see this map. There's our boy, double Starcraft on the second pick rotation. We have Stukov, we get Tychus. And Tychus is honestly interesting on the map here. I didn't really expect him to be picked. I was wondering a little bit more when we're going to see the Globals make an appearance. So first and foremost, it's obviously the Haka, but also Falstad. So both of them could be taken. I would expect at least one to be picked. If you have some global mobility on the map, that's always nice. Brightwing hasn't been taken either. So yeah. They banned the Vikings. Now that's a little bit annoying. I wanted a Vikings pick. It's like this is the weird thing, right? Sometimes you don't even think Vikings, but then they get banned and you're like, wait a second, do they know something that I don't? I want Vikings. But yeah, in this case, we're not going to see them. Also, going to be interesting to see what Benny is going to take at the front line for the team. They got Hogger already. And always go to the top. They ban Varian. Yeah, so they're targeting Benny a little bit. I mean, Benny really loves to go for his Varian. There was a time when he only picked Varian and nothing else. So it was kind of funny. But yeah. The day will come, by the way, when we see a murky Abathar composition with Fish and Hat. Just imagine Fish on Murky, slapping them with a Fish, and then Hat providing the Hat for Murky with Abathar. The day will come. The day will come. So Bad Benny on Mirrodin here. Always a good pick for Dragonshire. Ever since the days of HGC, we've seen him as a solid option here. We got Lulnara, who is being played more and more and more, obviously, now too. And with the last 2 picks, what are we getting for Fizziv and for Sven, who's subbing in today, I believe. Not quite sure. The Birdie! There's Falstad. Now we got our global. Okay. And there is a Blaze. Okay, final pick. Let's go. Time for Hazu to take the final one here. And let's see what I get from him. Hogger and Mirrodin at the front line already. Lunara, and there's Tracer. The cavalry is in the house. I'm gonna try for the chicken on the other side. Dragonshire, everybody. So, let's get this party started. First map of the day. X Cup Winter Qualifier number 4. Let's go. Dragonshire, Bad Benny on Muradin. We got Hazo and Lulnara. Nick is playing a Tracer. And we got Copenhagen and Hogger with Yazu on Rega. I don't know, Yasu's name is kind of funny. Yazu, Gesundheit. So, yeah, Friziv, he's playing Falsa today for the red team. The pre-made Primates with Hat on Tychus. We currently got Sidonion on Stukov, going for the low blown level 1, Fish on Johanna, and Blaze is being played by Sven today. Okay, the favorites, obviously the Hardos. They're rocking this one so far, so we're going to see if they can advance to the next round, if they can make it to the next match against Team Ash. Nick on his Tracer. It's going to zip around a lot. Lunara is being played by Hazu once again, so Bambi is already in the house here. And off we go. Okay, so little... I mean, they're not really committing to this fight. Normally you have like this little gamble in the middle, but this time nobody is really making a play for it. So they're actually slowing this one down slightly. But with the 2 damage dealers here on the side of the Hardos, if they get a drop on, let's say, Falset, for example, they can always do some work. Sven was already attacked by Trace, as you can see, so he had to tap the fountain. That's an early cooldown on him. Still an attempt to slow them down on the rotation. So currently it's the blue team that is dominating the space between the 2 lanes, the bottom and the middle, which is obviously really good for them. They also have nice control over the mercenary camps with the 2 champions, 2 heroes that you can see on the left side. Dong 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 dong, Mr. Billiard right there. Yep, Yazu with Rega. Good thing about Rega, outside of his rework, obviously making him incredibly popular and strong, is that still with the lightning shield he's good at camp clearing. So that helps, speeds things up a little bit as the red team goes for the Siege Giants first. And Volstad with the level 1 went for the frequent flyer, so there it is. Same time now, another jump. Oh, another jump on the birdie. Looks like the wolf is hungry. Rega immediately jumping in on this one. Yeah, and the first control at the top, and that's already some good damage. Damn. Yeah, they're slowing them down. They're going for Sven here. They're interrupting, and they might get that kill. Indeed, they do. And while all of this happens, Hogger is just demolishing that wall with the camp. So even with Rega now dying, this is a bit bad for the red team. Technically, yes, they traded kills, but they also lost a severe amount of structures topside, which results in the gate being taken out too. So that provides additional vision for the Hardos. Good for them. Even more damage at the bottom, but they now are able to take down Tychus, and that's 2 kills, 2-1 already for the blue team. So yeah, nicely done. As I said, they control more or less the space between the structures, and now they're getting an early Dragonite. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, and they're going straight for it. Positioning themselves at the side, getting a bit of structural damage in. Of course, also some resources on the side of the Primates have to be used to deal with all of it, which means that they can push on the auxiliary lanes a little bit more. The bigger they are on level 4, there's the ass kicking that Tychus so dearly deserves, as the Dragonite is once again trying out as an NFL punter. Down at the bottom of the map, yep, the asset of Lunara is doing a lot of work on those structures. Lunara being toxic, confirmed once again. And they're able to take even more towers down as the Dragonite is still soloing the middle. And yeah, this is getting a bit tricky. The Primates are losing some ground here. It's nothing too crazy just yet, but obviously not the best start for them. They're half a level behind, they're a talent behind now. Hardos can do even more work at this point with them taking the mercenary camp at the bottom left, going for the Siege Giants, trying to push through the map a bit further. We got the choke and pull now, given the axe is in, and that colossal totem, as Rega as usual is focusing on the totem build here. So yeah, so far for good for them. Nick, Copenhagen, Bad Benny, they're all the way up at the top, and Fish is running right into them. So Jojo is trying to see if they can maybe force a fight here. Talking about fighting, Hat is in trouble, gets body blocked and dropped, and it seems like, yes, Stukov isn't making it either. So a double kill for Hogger. He gets 2. That's 4 kills to 1 now, and the momentum is really starting to heavily shift in favor of the Hardos. They're pushing to the top lane again, trying to escort those Siege Giants in to do some more work. Benny is already behind the wall, threatening all of this. Yeah, has to be careful and positions himself in the corner, but with half the team of the Primates being dead at that point in time, there was never really any danger that he was in. So they're starting to do more damage down here. Previously, you would have, of course, focused now onto the fountain and taken that apart. That doesn't work anymore. But since there's still a camp at the bot lane, they can take that very easily. Have 3 heroes in position and go for it right away. So, not too bad. Yeah. Hogger, top side. There's a lot of damage that was done to the forts. And they are wrapping around. Now, he gets the Stormbolt in. If they can get the kill here against Stukov, that would be fantastic. It seems like they can. Oh, what? They actually let him live. Tracer. What's happening there? Nick all of a sudden. Yeah, I don't know. No balls on Nick on this one. I mean, maybe he dies, but I would have gone for it. Ah, there's the level 10. Never fight against heroic abilities if you don't have it. That's a lesson that you learned in your first quick match, and the Primates apparently have forgotten all about it. So that is 4 kills. The blood loss was popped, and they got absolutely slaughtered. The second your opponent is level 10 and you don't have it, there is only one decision to be made, and that is get the hell out of there. Now we got level 11 versus level 9, 8 kills, 2-1, and they are just brutalizing them. Hogger is just spinning topside and is doing his thing. Kopen looking strong here. Easy for him, obviously, on the lane right now. It's not like he's getting threatened. 16,000 damage for Tracer. And Hardos might be able to drop Sven. Ah, look at that kill steal. Tracer coming in. Nick coming in for the last hit. That would have been a report in Dota for sure. But Bad Benny, he's going to go for another Dragonite right now. So it's once again axe time. Get him axe. The battle axe is on the move straight towards the top. Copenhagen has already taken the fort down a notch. This should be an easy drop for them. In the mid lane, they're doing the same thing. And the Primates have finally leveled in. So finally they're in the position where they might be able to fight back a little bit. We don't have a choice on Jojo yet. Wouldn't be shocked to see the Blessed Shield for her, honestly. I mean, what are you going to jump to in the backline? There's nothing really, but if you land a Blessed Shield, then you can do a whole lot. But nope, they go for the mobility here. Also, it helps her to escape, of course, but they attempt to play. This time for Hogger. Yeah, Lunara still working the middle, and the fort is going to be destroyed in a second. The Dragonite still working on the Dragon's Breath. Yeah. There we go. Gets another hit in and is able to drop that with the help of Hogger, most likely. So yeah, there we go. Dragon's Breath is always dangerous. I recommend Listerine myself. Whatever. Personal choices are as good as mine, but yeah, that breath is just whew, something you don't want to deal with. So there it is. Anyways, Fizziv at the bot lane with a birdie. Now, they've been pretty much on the receiving end of an ass kicking, as you can tell. So the only question is, how are they going to react right now? They're 2 levels behind, they need level 13, and they need a couple of kills. They came into this match as the underdog from the get-go, but they are still having a lot of guys on their team that have competitive experience and know what they're doing. A little bit outclassed here, obviously, but they should be able. There they go for Bad Benny. They're trying to get the kill, yeah, forcing him into the avatar. Shockwave. Nick comes in into the back line, trying to connect the stun. The damage with the bomb, and is able to pull that off against Stukov, and is not letting up this time either. Gets away, and with the partying gift, they're getting the kill. They're going for the double take, 2 down, and with Hat now also getting dropped and Sven being low, that is an absolute win for the Hardos in the team fight. The Siege Giants are pushing the bot lane. They themselves, with the camp that they took a bit earlier, going onto the Bridge of Death and drop Jojo. She gets crushed, absolutely murdered. And now the blue team can easily move through the top lane, make a play for the keep, and take it down. Well done, 3 levels ahead, 13 kills against 1. And now the big question, where are you going to go from here, right? We're only 8-9 minutes into the game, so still plenty... well, death times are low. That's the biggest problem. But they're going to get level 16, and check this out. They're going to have level 16 talents before the Primates lock in their level 13. That's what's going to happen here, which is kind of crazy. So, yeah, there it is, the double talent lead. Now, not for long, but every single time you achieve that, honestly, that should give you an achievement. And with the Dragonite now being taken, this might already be lights out. At the least, we can expect another keep to be taken apart. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. The Hardos, they are one of the favorites to make it into the top 4 of the playoffs, obviously, of the rankings, of the standing. They came in second in the X Cup Summer and the X Cup Fall. So therefore, they're definitely one of the best teams in the scene right now. But at the same time, this is just brutal. There's the kill finally for the Primates. They lose Falstad, but at least they took Rhaegar down. So with the support gone, the chance of the Hardos to end the game here are definitely dwindling. But we get another kill as Nick just doesn't let up. Can't stop, won't stop. Moves in again and takes down our boy Blaze. 33,000. Doubling the damage output of the top damage dealer for the Primates. Which, by the way, funny as it is Blaze currently. So the keep is gone. They realize that their chances of taking the core down without Rhaegar, without the support, are low. So instead they're making it straight into keep number 3 and try and take it down too. Hat! Oh, they nearly got him. But only nearly. Nick is a bit low though, so they gotta be careful here. As I said, they don't have Rhaegar around, so there's no heals here. They are still getting plenty of kills. 15-2, tell the tale. But we have a 3-level advantage currently for the Hardos. And I gotta say, Yasuo is feeding a little bit today. 2 kills, 2 deaths. The only one that died twice. There's a report and a half. Sven also in trouble. But he's able to get out too. Okay. So, Falstad is finally taking over on the damage. Tychus is also a little bit embarrassed that he wasn't able to do more. So he's doing his best to catch up here. Has, by the way, on level 30 now, the Neo Steel coating. Trying to survive a little bit longer. And at the bot lane. They're timing the camps now. Can they get all 3? Timer doesn't quite work out. But as you can see, Lunara is timing it with the Siege Giants here. So now we got the double camp at the bot lane. And you all know what that means. If you're timing camps the way that they are doing, then you are going to make your play for the keep or the core. In this case, it's obviously an attempt to end the game and move on to the next round of the tournament of this qualifier. And they're on their way as is. So, the red team is going to try and muster the defense. Yeah, ooh, nice. Double it with the Stormbolt. Well done. A little bit of slapping already going on with our boy Stukov. Going for the big slaps here. At the same time, Blaze is in trouble though. Meets the bunker up. There's the bunker just in time. But the attack is on, the shield is falling, the core taking damage as we speak. Finally level 16 talents for the Premade Primates, but they're already losing points on the core, and the rest of the team is also getting a little bit low here. Fish is trying to retreat, gets murdered at this point, and is trying to even escape down towards the bottom right. Hat is in trouble too, the entire team is in disarray as the core gets attacked. The players survive, the core falls, and the Hardos move on to the next round of qualifier number 4 for the X Cup Winter.